Crime has been around from the beginning of time, but it just recently became organized. Organized crime is defined as criminal activity that is planned and controlled by powerful groups and carried out on a large scale. And the first man who transformed regular crime into organized crime went by the name of Lucky Luciano. The history of organized crime started with an immigrant from Italy who came to America for a better life, and boy, was he right for the wrong reasons. Growing up in New York in the 1900s, Luciano created a 5-member group of well-established men, who later became the sole members of the first 5 families of the American Mafia. In order to start the first 5 families, Luciano had to call a meeting with all mobsters in New York. At this meeting, Luciano started the very foundation of well-organized crime. The rules and ideas Luciano created that night would later be used for organized crime by many people all over the world. Many well-known gangsters and gangs have used and are currently using Luciano's techniques today. Very well-known criminals like Pablo Escobar, who was the boss of the Medellin drug cartel during the 1980s to 1990s, and El Chapo, who was the most recent boss of the Sinaloa drug cartel. Like Luciano, these criminals and many more have and are currently carrying out some of the oldest illegal activities like prostitution, drugs, and extortion. A report made in 2017 states, about 40% of prostitutes are former child prostitutes who were illegally forced into the profession through human trafficking. These victims who are being trafficked are usually transported or assisted by coyotes who are members of organized crime. When it comes to drugs, people of any shape, size, color, and age are used to transport substances all around the world. They often hide drugs in baby bags, car seats, and sometimes they will mix and put cocaine in baby formula, which is exactly what happened to a woman and her babies in the UK. This woman was forced by a local organized group to smuggle the drugs. Then they proceeded to hold her babies hostage until all the drugs were obtained. When questioned, the woman claimed these criminals used extortion to get her to do what they wanted. In the world of organized crime, the technique of extortion is used on anybody and everybody. Criminals use extortion on police, military, politicians, and regular citizens. By definition, extortion is the act of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats. Extortion is a very common craft that criminals use to get what they want, whether that be getting out of jail, dropping charges, and most importantly, silencing their victims. Striking fear in their victims has been proven very effective and is commonly used. But with insight of the criminal techniques, it has given law enforcement the advantage in cracking down on the organized crime groups. Due to the many illegal activities these organized groups take part in, it is no wonder why law enforcement is making an effort to stop organized crime. Law enforcement itself has created many organizations in order to stop prostitution, narcotics, extortion, weapons trafficking, and many more. While doing my research, I have come to the conclusion that organized crime will continue to grow over the years to come. It started 118 years ago, and it has only gotten more progressive. It used to be $1 million industry in the 1900s, and is currently $1 billion industry, but I believe in time it could become $1 trillion industry.